My name is Ethan Calloway, and last summer I went through a surgery that completely wrecked my sleep schedule. I'd broken my jaw in a biking accident a few months earlier, and after weeks of complications, doctors finally scheduled surgery to repair part of the damage. Recovery was brutal. The pain medication helped, but not for very long. Every few hours, the throbbing pressure in my jaw would creep back hard enough to wake me up. Eventually, I developed a miserable routine where I'd sleep in short bursts, wake up to take more medication, then force myself back into bed before the pain became unbearable again. After a week of that cycle, my brain felt completely disconnected from reality. Nothing felt normal anymore. Days blurred together. Sometimes I couldn't remember whether something had happened earlier that morning or 2 nights before. One night, around 4 in the morning, I woke up sweating. The air inside my room felt thick and suffocating. Our AC had stopped working earlier that evening, and the entire house felt trapped under a blanket of heat. I tried going back to sleep for maybe 15 minutes before giving up and opening my bedroom window. The cool air helped a little, but I still couldn't drift off. That's when I heard the sound. At first, it was faint enough that I thought I imagined it. A soft scraping noise, slow, uneven, like something rough being dragged across drywall. I stayed completely still, listening. The sound came again. Scrape. Pause. Scrape. Then I realized it was coming from directly above my room. Not the roof, the attic. I stared up at the ceiling while the noise slowly moved overhead. My first assumption was raccoons. We lived near a heavily wooded area, and animals occasionally got into attics around our neighborhood. Still, something about the movement bothered me. It didn't sound random. It sounded careful, intentional. After a minute or two, the noise drifted farther across the ceiling before eventually fading away. I thought about ignoring it. But a few years earlier, my parents had spent thousands repairing water damage and insulation after squirrels got trapped inside the attic. If something had gotten in again, my dad would absolutely lose his mind, and honestly, I was too awake to ignore it anymore. So I dragged myself out of bed, grabbed a flashlight from the garage, and headed outside. The backyard was unnaturally quiet. No wind, no insects, nothing. I stood there aiming the flashlight toward the roofline and attic vents. At first I didn't see anything. Then movement flashed near one of the upper vents above my bedroom. I jerked the flashlight upward and nearly dropped it. Someone was crouched against the side of my house, not on the ground, on the narrow ledge directly beneath the attic vent. A man, thin, barefoot, wearing filthy grey clothes soaked dark with sweat. The second the flashlight hit him, he froze completely. His eyes reflected the light in a way that almost didn't look real. For a moment neither of us moved. Then the man started climbing, not scrambling, climbing fast. His fingers and bare feet gripped the siding with horrifying speed while he pulled himself higher toward the roof. I yelled instinctively and stumbled backward. The man reached the roofline almost immediately before disappearing over the edge. That should have been enough to send me running back inside. Instead, panic took over. I sprinted around the side yard toward the back of the house while screaming for my dad. By the time I reached the patio, the figure was already above me again. He stood near the edge of the roof, staring down, completely motionless. The moonlight illuminated part of his face. His skin looked grey, sickly, like he hadn't slept in weeks. Then he jumped. The sound of him hitting the concrete patio was horrible. A loud crack followed by a wet thud. I froze in complete shock. Nobody should have been able to stand after a fall like that. But he did. Immediately, he lunged toward me before I could react. The smell hit me first. Rotting sweat, wet dirt, something metallic underneath it. Blood, maybe. He slammed into me hard enough to knock the air out of my chest. We crashed onto the patio stones together. Instead of punching me, the guy grabbed at my face and neck with both hands like he was trying to dig into me. His fingernails scraped across my skin while he made these horrible choking noises under his breath. I tried shoving him off, but he was unbelievably strong. My vision blurred as blood started pouring into my eyes. Then the back door burst open. My dad came charging outside yelling. He tackled the man sideways and ripped him off me. I scrambled backward across the concrete while the two of them struggled near the patio steps. For a second, I genuinely thought my dad was going to kill him. But the man suddenly twisted free. Even injured, he moved with terrifying speed. He sprinted across the backyard, climbed our fence almost effortlessly, and disappeared into the woods behind our property. The crashing sounds faded deeper into the trees. Then, everything went silent. The rest of the night felt surreal. My parents rushed me to the hospital, where doctors cleaned and stitched several deep cuts across my face and neck. They also gave me multiple shots because they were worried about possible infections. The police searched the woods behind our neighborhood but never found anyone. The strangest discovery came the next morning. My dad checked the attic and found disturbed insulation near the vent above my bedroom. There were dirty handprints across the wooden beams. And stuffed into one corner of the attic was a pile of empty food wrappers and plastic bottles. Somebody had been hiding up there. We still have no idea who that man was, or how long he'd been inside our house before I heard those noises overhead. Even now, I sometimes wake up late at night, convinced I can hear movement above my ceiling, slow scraping, careful footsteps, like someone crawling through the attic in the dark.